you, boy. But look at this.
Hey, it's OG Loc, homie, and I'ma kick you like shit.
Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm going to be talking about both of the updates that recently came out, that being the Party Powder and as well as the Smash and Grab update, and share my overall opinion on the future of Payday 3. So, I'm not going to be going through every single change that happened. I'm only going to be talking about the ones that I genuinely think are really important. So let's go through the Party Powder, and then we're eventually going to gradually build up towards the Smash and Grab update. Firstly being is a couple of gameplay changes that they did. And let me tell you, it is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to a lot of the gameplay changes. Because firstly, the AI teammates have been significantly beefy. And when I mean beefy, I mean beefy. Damage and as well as health increase on every single difficulty. The enemies have been also drastically buffed to a point where zappers, naders, and as well as shields are a lot more tankier, and their visors are also a little bit tankier, because fuck you, that's why. And now there's gonna be more special units rolling in, so you're gonna be seeing 3 dozers,
You stupid coward.
3 zappers, 3 naders, 4 shields, and 3 snipers rolling in.
Keep you up in that big mouth while it's still attached to your bloody neck. You better hold on to your head, mate.
They changed snipers where they shoot significantly faster, and as well as deal less damage.
I'm gonna plant one right between your eyes, you panther. I'm gunning for you, you mongrels. Thanks for being such a whopping big target, mate.
So they're able to dink your shit. And if I see any of you pricks complain about this being overpowered or broken, then I suggest for you to really hit yourself in the head and get a reality check. Because we literally went from complaining about snipers being boring to now snipers apparently being bullshit. And trust me, I've seen it already, and it's actually starting to piss me off because we actually don't deserve anything. We are that entitled. They have also changed it where we get less ammo on a lot of the difficulties, specifically being on Overkill, where we only get 50% of the normal ammo pickup rate. This obviously does not affect towards overpowered weapons, which Starbreeze still need to nerf them for fuck's sakes, because oh my god, they're still overpowered, except for the Adeleg. That one's not overpowered anymore, because that thing is unable to pierce through the shield's visor. Thank god. Anyway, and there's also going to be a lot more basic units spawning in, depending on how many players there are in the lobby, and as well as the size of the heist, which is pretty nice. They also changed certain skills, but it's not really that much big of a deal. They changed the overkill system where instead of having Bile drop it in the butt fuck nowhere and then having to run a marathon to get it, you actually have a little drone friend that you probably stole it from the techie herself and just deliver it onto you, which is really damn good, and it makes every single overkill weapon really damn effective. And they have also added the Armor 2.0 system. The way the Armor 2.0 system works is that there are 4 different types of armor frames with different plates and as well as different stats, and they all have their own little unique attributes. Different ammo capacity, different movement speed penalties, how many consumables that they can carry, and how many armor slots that they can carry. They also have their own little passive stats where they can like heal you for more health, give you a free throwable, more tools, or even fill up your armor in some ways. The way you also build these is by inserting a plate into which slot, so you can pretty much just mix and match it whatever you want. However, every single plate has their own little unique attributes, and you can sort of like stack them together. Like example being the resistance plate being the base Payday 3 one, despite not being able to regenerate itself fully, it provides the shortest regeneration time and as well as does not reduce any downs. The adaptive one is able to regenerate all the damage back as long as it doesn't break, and it has a higher regeneration time at 1.5, and as well as removes 1 down for each plate that you put on of the adaptive. And then the impact one, which is literally the worst in the game. It's funny how people wanted to Payday 2 armor, and it's literally the worst in the game. It has the longest regeneration at 3 seconds, and as well as reducing your downs. And it provides no resistance. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the resistance provides a 60% damage reduction, the adaptive provides a 30%, and as well as the impact provides no resistance at all. Why are the resistances so high? I have no fucking idea. It literally makes us hard to kill. You would think that the enemies being buffed would actually be a game-breaking change, but no, the armor system is broken because we are tankier than what the fuck they bring into the table. But special enemies are the ones that are really going to put a dent in, because there's more of them coming in, then they're really going to fuck you up a lot. The new judge, or the Justicar that we have, is an absolutely fucking powerful, phenomenal weapon that is able to blast through every single fucking enemy you can think of. And I'm not over-exaggerating when I say that. Shields, gone. Heavies and lights, gone. Zappers, naders, gone. Dozers, gone. Snipers, not gone. Anyway, This is a very powerful weapon with a very good rate of fire, high damage, very controllable recoil, solid handling. Only problem is really low ammo capacity and as well as a very noticeable shitty ammo pickup rate. This is the only weapon in Payday 3 where it actually has a noticeable bad ammo pickup rate, unlike some of the other weapons. But other than that, as long as you're rocking Headhunter or like ammo bags for that matter, you don't really have to worry about it too much. But as a way to insta-kill dozers or any other enemies as an emergency use, it is phenomenal, really damn good. Probably the second or third best secondary in the game. I am not over-exaggerating when I say that. The party Payday heist is a very simple one, and I'm not saying that in a joke way, it's actually very simple. You're in an arena shooter type of heist where your only objective is to break into warehouses, open crates and containers, find loot, and get the fuck out. If not, open up another warehouse with a thermite and cook some meth, and that's it. That is literally it. The only like different objectives there is you either have to like hack a computer to find the code, or you have to find like key cards to open specific areas, or find phones that have QR codes so you can open certain containers, and etc, etc. As for stealth, it is very fun. It's chaotic. It is a little bit difficult because you kind of have to like move around the entire map and be careful of guards or police officers. For loud, it is a chaotic mess because cops can come in from every direction, snipers are posed on tall buildings or even like very far areas. It is an overall very fun heist, but if you're looking for something that is unique to the game, this is not for you. But if you're someone like me that enjoys the gameplay of Payday 3 and just wants a simple heist, then the Party Payday heist is a significant improvement. Now, the smash and grab is a much more smaller update compared to the other ones, but I do genuinely believe it is very good to its own. Firstly being is that we got the smash and grab game mode, which to summarize it is basically like certain heists but significantly more shorter. Like on No Rest for the Wicked, there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can either drill open the door, find the manager and get him to open the door and you instantly get the cash and get out, or you use thermite if the manager is dead. Or on stealth you either find like a key card to get it open and you're instantly in, or you find certain switches that is connected to the color grading that is next to the door, flip it and then get inside and that's it. And you just get the loot and get out. It's really simple. Literally, the name says it. Smash and grab. You get in for like a minute or two, get in and get out. The shortest amount of time that you're able to be in this heist, in general, is like 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. And the rewards are not exactly that big, but you might think that what is exactly the purpose of this heist? You might think that it's not exactly good. It's just trying to be like a smash and grab, like actually like stealing your money, but no. The heist that we got, one takes place in No Rest for the Wicked and the other one takes place in Boys in Blue. You don't need the Boys in Blue heist DLC in order to play this. It is entirely for free, although it is different. Instead of having to steal gold, you actually steal drugs hidden away in cars. You're pretty much stripping away car parts in order to find the drugs, and while sure you're doing the same exact animations, but it's not exactly slow. It is very fast actually. So you literally just go in, get the loot, secure and get out. In my personal opinion, this is a very good heist for multiple reasons. For one, it is a perfect heist for new or veteran players to get a quick warm-up. Secondly, it's also perfect for heisters that are willing to test some builds out or experiment with certain things, instead of having to go through like a 20-minute heist or 50-minute heist. And thirdly, it is a perfect heist for veteran players to either like teach new players about the game's mechanics or talk about certain special enemies, or it can be used as a stepping stone for new players to get a good grip of how the game essentially works or when it comes to its mechanics. Well, it's not one of those game modes where you're always going to be constantly coming back. I do genuinely believe it's going to be one of those things where it's the first thing you play to get a quick warm-up or get a quick feeling of whatever your build going through. As for the new weapon that came out, the Spearfish 1895, it is a fantastic weapon. It is really damn good. A powerful weapon that is able to really dish out huge amounts of damage against almost every single enemy except for bulldozers. The big problem with this is that it is unable to kill it is able to kill dozers as long as your weapon is full. But like I said, against dozers it is very big because of its low rate of fire. And it also has a unique mechanic that shares alongside with the sniper rifle that we have in the game. If you're hip firing this, the rate of fire is faster, but if you're shooting this while aiming down sights, then it's going to be much more slower. And there's a lot of modifications that either increase the speed of your cycling speed, or it increases the speed of your reload speed at the downside of making your cycling speed slow. Like, the modifications are really damn impactful. The same way with the Justicar, where a lot of the modifications are genuinely really impactful compared to the older weapons. I'm not saying that they don't have any impact, but it is a little bit noticeable. You kind of have to like really look into deeply to it. As for gameplay changes or a lot of the mechanics that have been changed, there really isn't much apart from the nerfing impact plates, where instead of using one impact plate to repair every single armor that you have, you only are going to repair one armor plate. So that's a huge nerf, and again, I will say this, we never needed a Payday 2 armor repair system in Payday 3 because it doesn't work with the gameplay of Payday 3. It never works. And being the worst armor in the game sort of proves my point, because it's only good with one armor plate. But even then, why use that when you can literally use the 2 plates or the 3 plates or 4 plates with all blue armor that does a better job compared to a single armor plate? But I'm not gonna get into it. Either way, that's a topic for another video. But either way. Overall, the Spearfish is a phenomenal weapon, able to one-tap 99% of the enemies, including shields if you get close enough with them with face-to-face skill applied. It is a phenomenal weapon, phenomenal animations, they cooked really well with this. But what is exactly my overall thoughts? Does this mean that we are officially back? Not necessarily. However, these types of updates are definitely a very huge spark for Payday 3, for a lot of good reasons. For one, the Party Powder update gave us a lot of free stuff. We got the Justicar, we got the Armor 2.0. The Overkill system has been drastically improved to where a drone comes in and drops stuff for us. They've also balanced things out where they made shields, naders, and zappers be more tanky and harder to kill, and thus requires you to put in more effort. Snipers have been drastically buffed and changed to where they're actually threatening. There's more special units rolling in, so it's going to be very chaotic, and the high sort of scales when it comes to its spawn rate, depending on how many people there are a lot of gameplay changes that makes the game generally tough, even when you're playing solo or with other teammates. But there are still certain heists that are still relatively easy, which is obvious, but then again. My only huge gripe I have with the Party Powder update is the Armor 2.0 system. Specifically one thing, and that is the armor resistance is a bit too much than it should be. 60% damage reduction is a little bit too much, and I am not saying that as a joking way. It is actually way too much than it should be. If it was like 30%, okay, but 60%? It is too much. Buffing the enemies is good, but you are buffing the players too much. Like, you're adding more spice than you should be adding, if that makes sense, essentially. As for the smash and grab, I don't really have any complaints, honestly. It's a very simple and fun update. There's really no problems I can really say about this. So, yeah. What is exactly the future? If they're able to consistently update Payday 3 the same way as it is, because we got these 2 updates in a short way, then I do genuinely believe that Payday 3 has a bright future ahead. However, we still need offline mode, and they still have not talked about it, which is a very big problem. They've constantly said that they're going to be addressing it in the upcoming weeks, but no announcement or any sort of like discussions has ever been announced or anything has talked about whatsoever, which is a very big concerning part. And if they're continuing to leave us in the dark like this, then it's going to be a very big problematic thing. And in the Payday 3's current situation and the state it is, I do genuinely believe that Payday 3 is a good game at how it is. At the release of Payday 3, I always thought of the game as being not bad, nor not being good. It is simply average. But as time progresses, it has definitely gotten significant improvements. And like with the UI overhaul, they made the game actually have some sort of identity in some ways. Well, it does have some bit of an identity crisis, but it is slowly, gradually like getting better. However, the current state of the game, I do generally believe that it's simply good. It is not great, but it is simply good. And even when you don't have any DLCs at the moment, you still have some good amount of variety of weapons, outfits, heisters, and as well as weapons and heists in general for you to be able to mess around with. And when you get all the paid DLCs, you got like 4 extra phenomenal heists and a lot of great weapon packs. Some are broken, obvious, and I still want Starbreeze to nerf them, like the Adeleg and the Deagle. Please nerf them, for God's sakes, I'm begging you. Come on, Starbreeze. Like, it's been too long, like, I get it. But, good lord, like, nerf them in some ways. Make the ammo capacity worse, or make them not be able to one-tap enemies at a certain range. Please, something, come on. But, either way. Right now, with these 2 updates that came in very quick, there is a small spark in the dark. I do genuinely believe it. And if they're able to continuously add more updates and add more stuff, then Payday 3 might have a chance of coming back. However, we still need offline mode. That is the #1 priority that we desperately need. It's something that we really need the most. Is Payday 3 worth getting now? I'd say so, yeah, give it a try, but at a discounted price. I still don't recommend the game at the full price, but because there's a Steam summer sale happening right now, I do generally believe that Payday 3 is a worth game to play, especially at a discounted rate. I do generally recommend it. I do also recommend getting the year 1 pass so you can get like all the really good DLCs and the weapon packs, and as well as the outfits for you to enjoy. So, yeah, as for Jacket himself, he's also really damn good if you're planning on getting him as well, or if you want him. He's a phenomenal character, better than Payday 2, thank God. The Sociopath Overkill weapon is really good. As for the weapon he brings in, it's nothing unique, it's just a preset, that's it. But, either way, back to my point. Does Payday 3 have a future? Yes, I do believe Payday 3 has a future up ahead, and I do generally believe that if we're able to continue the updates like the way it is, there is a chance. I'm not saying that it's a guaranteed chance, but there is a chance. Again, we need offline mode desperately. It's something that Payday 3 really drastically needs the most. Because without it, we're just going to eventually like give up. If things go south, what if the servers go down again? What if there's like a problem? What if someone doesn't have an internet connection? What if someone doesn't or cannot afford to have good internet connection? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different reasons that people who can't play Payday 3 because they probably have like some sort of a problem with their system or their internet or with the Starbreeze Nebula. I feel like the #1 big problem that Starbreeze has done throughout their years of developing Payday 2 and Payday 3 is adding the Starbreeze Nebula account. That is their biggest problem that I feel like that they added. It's not the always online mode, although it is one of those biggest mistakes, but the biggest problem is adding the Starbreeze Nebula account because we hardly use it. We hardly like really check into it. The only reason people create Starbreeze Nebula is to play Payday 2 online or play Payday 3, and that's it. We hardly do anything on that website. Can they change it? Probably not. I doubt it, but like, I'm just saying, that's one of the biggest problems with Payday 3 in general. It's because of the Starbreeze Nebula thing. But back to my point. As of now, I'm still holding on to the hope that Payday 3 is able to pull itself from the grave, which I do generally believe that it's a thing, and the only time I'm ever going to give up on Payday 3 is when it's actually officially dead, and that's it. Even if I'm the last player standing in Payday 3, I am still going to be with it, alongside the journey. I will be there till the end. I have been with Payday 3 since day 1, and I will be there since the last day on its Earth. I guess you could say that, well, that was very depressing, but either way. But yeah, that is all I can say. I do generally believe that the 2 updates that we recently got are phenomenal and a huge gameplay drastic changes, and it's a huge improvement than ever. But like always, that is all I have to offer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of each other, treat each other with respect, show some love and kindness to another. Do not be an asshole, because we are one big happy family. Show some love to each other. Now get out of my house.